Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LLC, and on today, I will be discussing ex NBA player Kwame Brown and his beef with his critics, most notably Matt Barnes, also a former NBA player, and Stephen A. Jackson, aka Jack, aka Stacks, and also another ex NBA player, ESPN analyst Stephen A. Smith and Jamil Hill, and as well as Charlemagne the God from the Breakfast Club. So we're gonna get right into this. Um, I hadn't heard from Kwame Brown in quite some time since he retired from the league, and so last week I saw that he had a lot to say. So out of my curiosity, I started watching his videos on YouTube. And wow, I mean, man, he really came out swinging. I mean, no holds barred. And so I remember, I watched the NBA. I've been watching the NBA for almost 40 years. Um, Kwame Brown took a lot of abuse, most notably from Michael Jordan. He was the number one pick in the 2001 NBA draft by the Washington Wizards, taken by Michael Jordan. And it's well known that Michael Jordan bullied him, um, just just totally disrespected this young man, this young guy. Um, was just rude is the understatement. But he just tried to tear him down instead of building him up. Building him up. He's an 18-year-old kid getting drafted. From high school. So I understand. He may have. You want him to play up to his potential and want him to be better. And you figure that by kicking him in the behind, that's going to motivate him. And I get that. But it's a right and wrong way to do things. And to just disrespect him and totally obliterate his character and just make him feel less than nothing was wrong. And that's why Abe Polian, rest in peace, the former owner of the Washington Wizards, he fired Michael Jordan. And he just didn't, wasn't just created a toxic work environment for Kwame Brown, but for Jerry Stackhouse, Richard Hamilton, his fellow his fellow teammates. They couldn't stand playing with Michael. And so Polian, said, "You out of here, man. Enough is enough." He created a toxic work environment, bullying pretty much. And the players they detested playing with MJ. And I don't blame them because like I said, it's a right and wrong way to do things. But that's neither here or there right now. But with Kwame Brown, I hate to see black men going at each other like this. Um, it makes us look bad. But what really makes us look bad, or even worse, is when our own are attacking another black man. Stephen A. Smith made his bones off of you know not just Kwame Brown, but Slava Mevadinko. I think that's his name. That was how you pronounce his name. He made his bones off of I understand you criticizing people's play, but when you make it personal, that's a whole nother ball game. This young man at the age of 18 was able to purchase a home for his mother on a golf course in Georgia. He was able to change the lives of people in his community as well as his family. But they don't talk about that. They talk about, his personal life. They can't keep it on the court about, how he plays. And they do the same thing with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. And, I've said this to people about Stephen A. Smith many times. And I was told, well, it's just Stephen A. being Stephen A. That's a sorry piss poor excuse. You don't do that to white men. You don't try to, tear down their character. So why do it to a fellow black man? And I don't blame Kwame Brown for coming out swinging, for defending himself. I don't blame him. There's a saying that it's no fun when the rabbit has the gun. Well, the rabbit got the gun now. Shoot, he got an assault rifle, and he's going full terrorist mode on y'all. Now y'all want to play the victim. Stacks and Matt Barnes said, "Well, we was just joking." Well, Kwame's like, "I'm joking too. I could play this game as well." And Jamil Hill, she's from my hometown of Detroit, but I don't too much care for her either because it's like, there are not too many black women in the industry that does the work that she does. And what does she do? She want to play the activist on one hand, but then she want to tear down black men on the other hand. You can't be, power to the people, Wakanda, but then, oh, black men they ain't about nothing. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, Negroes. Yeah, yada, this and that. You can't do that. You can't play both roles, sister. No, it don't work that way. You can't do that. I mean, it makes you look silly, Stephen A. It makes you look silly. I mean, why don't they talk about the positive about Kwame Brown, about the things he has done in his community, how he was able to help his family, how, he made choices in his life to do the right thing. You don't talk about that? Why not? Because you don't want kids to see this and then follow his footsteps? I mean, I get it. It's your job to critique sports and athletes. And, I get that. I understand that. But when you make it personal, that ain't cool. And he has every right to check y'all asses. I don't blame that brother. I probably would have been done a lot worse than Kwame though. I mean, to be honest, I probably would have rolled up on y'all and be like, say it to my face. But that's neither here or there. But that's how we roll from the D. I mean, it's not cool. And Kwame said some interesting things when I was listening to one of his videos. He said, we don't have accountability in the black community. He said, life is all about choices. He was like, a lot of our women, not all, but a lot of our women want to chase the bag, want to, have relationships with rappers or drug dealers or men who want this fast money, but they don't want to be in a child's life. And, a lot of kids see this and they go down the wrong direction. A lot of them join gangs or, hang with the wrong crowd. And then they end up shot. And they said all that can be prevented by better parenting skills. And he said, black people, we are our own worst enemies. There's no accountability. He was saying that the fourth grade reading level for black kids is abysmal, which it is. And he was like, that's what parents need to step in. Not all, but far too many parents are letting their kids. I mean, they're not taking an active role in their education. And this is not all parents, not all black parents, but far too many. And they let them fall by the wayside. And they want to cry, Oh, well, my baby this, my baby that. No. And everything is participation trophies now. They don't want to, put in the work and, work hard at school, at anything. That's all about showing up and getting rewarded. And then when you say this, you hurt people's feelings. We become so sensitive. We don't want to take, accountability, responsibility for what's going on in our community. But we want to scream Black Lives Matter. Hands up, don't shoot. It starts with us first. It starts at home. It does. It starts with us, y'all. I'm not saying that, you know, with everything going on with these police shootings, yes, that needs to be addressed. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not ignoring that fact. I'm not. But there does need to be a responsibility. We have to take responsibility for what's going on in our community. We can't rely on Joe Biden, Donald Trump, or anybody else. It lies with us. You don't see the Asian community, you know, again, blaming the government or society for their problems. They handle their business in the homes, in their community. For the most part, they have a two-family parent household. Their fathers earn their lives. Their men are not dissing black women, saying, nah, I don't want to build or marry a black woman. And their women aren't dissing, Asian men saying, you know, these no good, such and suches. I don't want to be with them. I don't want to build with them. They're not doing that. I'm sure there are some, every community has, there are few, but for the most part, Asian families is the father, the mother, and they stick together. White families, father, mother, they stick together for the most part. Now I know of some white families, well, the father is a deadbeat or the mom's a deadbeat, what so have you. But for the most part, they stick together. Hispanic, families, for the most part, they stick together as well. I know of some, families that where that may not be the case, but for the most part, they hang in there with their families. Same with Middle Eastern. Oh well, we know that if a man don't do that in the Middle Eastern community, he's pretty much it's shame on him. Shame is put upon him, and it should be that way in the Black community. It used to be, but we so want to be so integrated with white people, want to be so close to whiteness that we don't take care of our own community. We don't take care of our own families. Our boys have been raised without fathers, some without mothers. They don't have men to teach them how to be men, teach them about responsibility, teach them to be a husband, a father, and it's a recurring cycle. So it's killing us. It's a generation after generation or generation after generation that kids are being raised without fathers. And despite what white liberals tell you, black fathers do need to be in the household. Black fathers matter. BFM, black fathers matter. Don't let these people lie to you. Their fathers are in their households. And see, this is what integration has got us. It has compromised our morals, um, compromised our beliefs. You know, um, we don't want to go to the black church. We don't want to support the black church now because they don't agree with homosexuality or the the fact that an 8-year-old boy can make the decision to be a 8-year-old girl. I mean, And it's nothing against the LGBTQ community, but Black people have conservative ideas. We were brought up on morals. We need Black families. We need the father and the mother. We need them in the house. We need Black fathers to show our boys and teach them how to be men. That's why I have so much love for the Nation of Islam. I get a lot of slack for that, a lot of flack for that. But whatever. I'm entitled a right to my opinion because I've seen the work that the Nation of Islam does. I've seen it for decades. You can't deny it. They take men that were deadbeats, that were gangbangers, on drugs, and they turn them around and make them become pillars of their community, better fathers, better husbands, better sons to their mothers, to their fathers. You can't deny that. But y'all won't give, Farrakhan his flowers. Y'all don't want to show Minister Farrakhan and the NOI love. And this is not all of y'all, just some of y'all. Y'all don't want to show them love. I'm not saying you have to agree with everything they do or say, but you can't deny the obvious. But you show love to Joe Biden, a white supremacist that sent thousands of Black men to the gulags, thousands of Black men to the gulags in the 1990s with the 1994 crime bill that he wrote. And then some of us are so silly and stupid. Well, they did commit crime, so they had to pay for it. They had to pay. They did commit the crime, so they had to do the time. Y'all know white people do drugs, right? This opioid crisis, aren't those drugs? But that's a crisis. That's a health crisis. White men aren't being sent to prison, but Black men were and are. But y'all solid on that. I mean, some of y'all are some of the worst white supremacists. Y'all worse than the KKK and the neo-Nazis. I promise you. Y'all are. And it's a shame. And that brings me to something Kwame Brown said that I found that I totally agreed with. He said that people tend to agree with everything with people that they like, whether it's truth or fiction. Facts be damned. And this is how many in our community are controlled by the media and by Hollywood, because any entertainer or person on CNN or a politician, mostly Democrat, could say anything, and y'all just go along with it. Y'all don't want to delve into the facts, find the truth. No. If they said the sky is red, and I go outside and I see it's sunny and the sky is blue, it's red because they said it's red. You know how silly and stupid that is? Because you may not agree with some of their viewpoints. So if they tell you the truth, that hey, if you go outside and it's sunny, but they tell you, the media tell you, or Joe Biden tells you, or Kamala Harris tell you, no, it's fire and brimstone outside. And you go outside and you clearly see it's not fire and brimstone, that it's sunny and it's a crystal blue sky. Nope. They said it was fire and brimstone. Y'all going around with this foolishness. And it makes us look stupid. I know that's kind of an extreme example, but it's something similar to that effect. On the same concept. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. It's sad. What happened to finding out the facts, finding out the truth? What happened to that? Instead of going running with something because someone that that you like told you, and you going running with it like it's the gospel. It's ridiculous. Too many in our community, not all, let me just clarify that. Too many in our community go with hero worship. We love heroes. We love, you know, our sports idols, our, um, individuals in music and entertainment, what's so have you, politicians. We love that. We're into hero worship, and it's sad. Idol worship is what I call it, and it does us a disservice because it's like someone that you may not like or someone who's not as popular will tell you facts and truth, and you dismiss them because like Kwame Brown said, facts be damned. I've run into that many times, still am. Where I can, present truth and facts, and it's like, okay, but no, 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 no. This is what I heard, and yada yada yada, this and that. I'm like, no, but this is this. Here's the proof. Here's the documentation of that. No, 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 no. Nope, that's wrong. Nope, 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 nope. That's wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. No, 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 that's wrong. That's wrong. You're wrong. I'm right. They're right. What they say is right. Always right. What they say is the gospel. You know how irritating that is? It's like we're back in kindergarten on a playground. I expect that from 5-year-old children, not people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, and sometimes even 70s. And these people know who they are. People older than me fall for this foolishness. I'm not gonna call them out by name because that's not right. I don't do that here. But I've been going through that, the past few years where I can present facts, and then I'm told, oh well, we're tired of hearing that, or you just regurgitating something that we already know. Obviously, you may know it, but you're not saying nothing about it. If you know the truth, stand on the truth. I don't tell you, I'm tired of hearing your BS because you're entitled a right to your opinion. You're entitled to believe BS if you want to, but don't come at me, trying to shut me up because I'm telling the truth. No, partner. So, I'm with Kwame Brown on this. I don't like the back and forth, the personal, innuendos being thrown, with between Matt Barnes and Stacks, Steven Jackson, and Charlemagne the God, and and Kwame Brown. And I saw earlier that uh, Charlemagne the God apologized to Kwame Brown. So I'm gonna read that read about that later. But I didn't like that because and Jamil Hill, Stephen A. Smith. I don't like that. Y'all getting this man's personal life, and it's just messy. It makes us look bad. But like I said, 20 years of silence, and Kwame went full terrorist mode on y'all. And I can't blame him because a man has to defend himself. A person can only take so much. I always have said that when the when the school kid when the school kid gets bullied and then the school kid beats up the bully is in no moral position to cry, woe is me. He has no moral right to cry, woe is me, because he finally got a taste of his own medicine. And as a child that was bullied coming up, I know I could speak to that. When I got tired of it and I wiped the ground with the bully, then he would go tell the teacher, tell the principal, tell his parents, oh, Ryan beat me up. Ryan, bust me in the nose, gave me a black eye, knocked my teeth out. Yeah, but you was bullying me for the whole year, for 2, 3 years. I got tired of that mess. And I fought back, damn it. I'm gonna defend myself. I'm not gonna start a fight, but I'm damn sure gonna finish it. And I live by that creed. I live by that today. I'm 45 years old. I live by that. I don't start nothing with anybody. I'm a good person, and I'm easy to get along with. But if you come with the foolishness, you put your hands on me, you're gonna catch these hands, elbows, feet. I know a lot about street fighting, being from Detroit. I mean, you can say whatever you want to say about me, talk is cheap. But then I'm gonna defend myself in that end. I'm gonna come back at you. Talk about me, whatever. I was a little, small kid growing up. Had a bit of an overbite, so I was a easy target to be picked on. But when I came back, boy, with them fists and with my words, oh man, it went down. It was going down. They didn't want the smoke or whatever. They did not want this smoke. No sir, Bob. Ryan's mean. Ryan's a mean person. No, I just don't tolerate foolishness. I'm going to defend myself. Same with Kwame Brown. Now, Matt Barnes and Stack, they want to play the victim. Oh, we was just joking. Okay, well, he's just joking. You can't play the victim. You're in no moral. You have no moral compass to play the victim. Y'all started it, and he's finishing it. And like I said, I don't blame him. I just hate to see black men doing this because, for the most part, you don't see white men doing this to each other, or Asian men, or Middle Eastern men, or Hispanic, men doing this to each other. We're doing it to ourselves, and it's sad. It's a shame. It's a shame, y'all. We got to do better. It behooves us to do better. It really does. We have to stand on the truth. Everything else could walk away. Everything else is neither here or there. The truth is what matters. I told my mother a few days ago. I said, in that movie, A Few Good Men, Tom Cruise character, he played a Navy attorney, uh, um, and he had Jack Nicholson, who was a Marine colonel. He had him on the stand, and he asked him, "I want the truth." And Jack Nicholson replied, one of the most famous lines in cinema history: "You can't handle the truth." A lot of y'all can't handle the truth. That is the most realest and truest statement I've ever heard. You can't handle the truth. A lot of y'all can't handle the truth. You can't. I'm not gonna even lie. There's some things that I can't handle. That's true. Not just y'all, it's me too. But I would rather have the ugly truth than a pretty lie. I'm gonna repeat that again. I would rather have the ugly truth than a pretty, fine, sexy lie any day. Because when you're presented with a pretty, sexy, fine lie, it's going to unmask itself. It's going to unmask itself. It really will, sooner or later. Most times sooner. But with the ugly truth, you know what you're getting. You got ugly. You honest or ugly. So you know about that. So you live with it. But with a fine, sexy lie, you're like, man. And you're going with it, 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 believing it. And then it pulls off its veil, pulls off its mask, peel back, and it's ugly. Uglier than the truth, actually. You're like, man, why did I go with that? Man, oh man. Why, why, why? I should have went with the ugly truth. And then when you present it with a lie and then the truth comes out, then there's trust issues and and just everything is just shattered from there. It's shattered. It's like everything's ruined. But I'm gonna hop off of here right now. I just want to get this off my chest, let y'all know how I felt about this Kwame Brown and him going back at his critics and him ended his 20-year silence. Just wanted to offer my take on this. Like I said, share this podcast, comment on it, like it, what so have you. But let's get the conversation out there. Let's start our conversation, telling our truth. Let's start doing that, y'all. So, like I said, like this, share it on social media, what so have you. But let's just start the conversation. Till next time, y'all. Take care. I'm out. Love y'all. Peace out.